All right, so let's look at a double stem and leaf plot, okay? And what you can see here in this graph as I zoom in, okay? We want to focus on the key, okay? And what it's saying is if we have something such as 2, 8, 6, what that means is that because this is before, we read this as 82 and this number as 86. So the number in the middle is in the tens place, and the number on either side just compares the two of them. Okay, so I want to make sure we understand that. So let's zoom back out. All right, and it says compare the pulse rates in beats per minute of Algebra 1 students before and after taking the 2.5 mastery check. So first thing we want to do is we want to describe the shape. And what I can see here is that a majority of the data before has a lower pulse rate. Okay, it's almost like there's a tail to the left. Whereas with the pulse rate after, there's a tail to the right. So I would say before data is skewed left, while after data is skewed right. Okay. That'd be the first thing I'd say. Then I would want to look for outliers. So let's take a look. Do we have any outliers? As we look at the data, that 14.6 or the 146 seems like it's far enough away from the data on its own. Where I'm going to say, and after, what are we talking about? Beats per minute? Is that what it was? BPM? And after BPM of 146 may be an outlier. Okay, and I'm saying maybe because I haven't really showed you a method to definitely say yet. Now let's talk about the centers. Okay, if we look at this data, it looks like the center for before is probably in the 70 range. So I would say the center before is around 70, while after is around, let's think about what's the approximate middle for after. Looks like a lot of our data is centralized in the 90s to the hundreds, is around, I'm going to say late 90s. Okay, so that describes our center. And now let's talk about the spread. What would we say about the spread? We could say before ranges from 68 to 110. Let me create a little more room for myself. And then we could say after ranges from, what's the smallest one? 86 to that possible outlier of 146.